Okay, let's talk about synapses. Firstly, what the heck is a synapse? When I started this project, I had no idea what that was. I now have a vague idea. Thanks, Wikipedia. Miss Vanna. So, a synapse is basically the gap between neurons. It's estimated that the adult human brain has about 100 to 5 trillion synapses. It functions as a way to get the neurotransmitters into the receptors, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start at the beginning. This is a neuron. The neuron is made up of dendrites or something. They're the input. They're also made up of a cell body and the axon, which is the output. The neuron receives input from thousands of other neurons. Once input reaches a critical level, which I'm not going to go into detail on, it releases a spike, which is a kind of electrical pulse that shoots out from the cell body down to the axon and into the next neuron through the receptors. This event is called depolarization and is followed by a brief period where the neuron is unable to fire, kind of like when a Pokemon uses Hyper Beam. So let's just wind that process down and go into slightly more detail. The axon endings on the neuron are where most of the action happens. The axon endings almost touch the dendrites, or the input zone of the next neuron. The transference of an electrical signal from one neuron to the next is affected by neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemicals that travel inside vesicles, which are membrane kind of things, and they're released from the first neuron and bind to receptors in the second. This link, or the little gap between neurons, is called a synapse. The extent to which signals from one neuron to another is passed on depends on a lot of factors that I'm again not going to go into detail on. Basically, these neurotransmitter wahoozits leave one neuron and go to the next by way of synapse. And that's all you really need to know, I think. Unless I'm forgetting anything, in which case, by all means, correct me. I would hate for everyone to totally fail the first test because of my own inaptitude. Sheesh.